Hey guys, welcome back. Zeap here, and today we are going to be playing some more Diablo 3, and we're going to be taking a look at the Crusader, but in a different stance compared to what we were doing the last time. Last time we were looking at Shield Bash, and I didn't go through what you needed or the gear. So this time we're going to kind of touch base on all that. My gear's not the greatest, but I kind of have the gist of what I need to have. Okay, so let's get started as far as the gear goes. Roll set is where it's at. And we're going to be using Sweep Attack instead of Shield Bash for this guide. So, main stats you want to be looking for. Your resistances need to be, from what I've seen, up in the thousands. But I'm running about 700, 800. I'm close to 700 on most of these. And I'm doing just fine. Most of it's 66%, so that's not too bad. Your gloves, basic crit hit damage, crit hit chance. Pants, if you can, get resistance, but I put armor on mine because it has the secondary resist. Your boots, you want your sweep attack on there and movement speed. If you can get something with armor or resist on it, that would be just fine. Instead of movement speed, you can use Paragon points for movement speed. These two things right here, your weapon and your shield, are the most crucial parts of this build working correctly, aside from your 6-piece Rollins set. This golden flints, sweep attack restores 6 wrath on each enemy hit. Now with this flail here, you don't have to use any kind of resource generators. So just keep that in mind and try to get this flints here. Even if it's not ancient, try to get you one. They're great. Preferably, I would have rather had life per wrath spent, but, you know, I can only do with what I had there. So life per hit is okay. Then you want denial. If you can see there on the secondary, each enemy hit by your sweep attack increases the damage of your next sweep attack by 33%. This shield can get up to 40% if you get a great one. This isn't a great one. I just picked this one up, and it's just what I'm using right now. Hopefully I'll get a better one soon. I put a socket in mine. I could have put increased damage to elites or whatever, but I would rather have that socket lot there just for having the finery. Hang on. Sorry, my Templar is talking to me over here. Okay, so your gems. If you're taking a lot of damage, go resist gems. If not, full strength and a cooldown reduction one in your helm. Also, your neck piece. I went with Amara's. I'm using Reaper's Wraps currently for my bracers. You want lightning damage on these because you're running with sweep attack with trip attack for lightning damage. But you want to get a, if you can find them, they are called the, I believe, Parthon bracers. Ancient Parthon bracers. And then you want your Thunder God's Vigor belt because it has lightning damage on it as well. And try to get you some resist on it or armor if you can. So that pretty much covers it for gear except for the rings. Now, I'm at a standstill on rings because I'm not quite sure on what I want to be using. Convention of Elements is very nice, and Unity is very nice. So either one of these rings are pretty good to be using for solo if you have an extra Unity for your follower. Then I've got focus and restraint. Now with focus and restraint, I'm actually getting rid of my condemn and putting in a resource generator attack. Usually I'll put in punish with fury on there, and that will get my set bonuses going on for my rings. Now, when you use the set rings, focus and restraint, your damage will go up double of what it is. So if you're hitting 200 million on a sweep attack, it's going to bump it up to about 400 million. That's how these rings work. But the problem is you have to use that resource generating attack and then sweep attack. So it's honestly up to you. I usually run with restraint and focus whenever I'm in a group. When I'm by myself, I'll switch back to convention of elements and unity. So since we're running by myself, I'm going to be popping those on. Now, legendary gems. You want Bane of the Trapped, Gogok of Swiftness, and Taeguk, for sure. You won't have any issues keeping up Gogok and Taeguk as long as there's mobs around. You should be fine. You'll be able to attack all the time. So let's get these gems in here. Now, talking about the skill tree, we want sweep attack, trip attack. Trip attack actually stuns the enemies just for a short time. And you're hitting sweep attack so often and so fast, you're pretty much keeping them stun locked. Now, there are certain occasions where it doesn't stun lock them, but it's all a matter of practice and using this spec correctly. I'm using Condemn Vacuum. Now, you can either use Condemn Vacuum depending on the group you're in. Like, let's say if there's no poolers in the group, you can use Vacuum. But if not, you can swap this out for something else. Like Provoke, for instance. You could use Provoke. Steed Charge, Draw and Quarter. This is just kind of a mob management tool. If you're running low on mobs in front of you, and the most mobs that you can have in one group, I'm sorry, the least amount is 2. Less than 2, it's very hard to manage your wrath. So, Draw and Quarter pretty much picks up the mobs and takes them somewhere else for you within that brief time that your steed charges up. Iron Skin Steel Skin. This is a crucial part of this build. This is your survivability. So, must have. I'm using Steel Skin. It just increases the duration to 7 seconds, but I've seen a lot of people use Flash. It makes you to where you can move through enemies and stuff, but with Steed Charge you can already do that. Now, Laws of Valor. So, my Templar won't shut the hell up. Okay, your laws. This is depending on the group that you're in. Or, if you're running by yourself and you're having issues keeping your health up. I'm using Laws of Valor Critical Strikes. It just boosts my damage up quite a bit. But if you're having survivability issues, go with Laws of Hope and Faith's Reward. It'll actually heal you and shield you at the same time. Now, your last one, Akrat's Champion. I'm using Prophet. You just gain more armor with Prophet. But I've seen other people use Akrat's or the Embodiment of Power. You don't really need that with this build. I mean, it's helpful with the last boss if it's just the single target boss, but that's the only time it ever helps. For your passives, you're going to go with Heavenly Strength because you're using a two-hander, Indestructible for more survivability, Holy Cause for more damage, and then Finery for more damage. Finery is where you're getting the extra damage from each socketed item you have. So more sockets, more damage. So that is just about everything, guys. Now we're going to do some gameplay, and we'll get this show on the road. I will be right back. I'm going to actually cut here and get me a trial stone, and we'll run a rift. Be right back. Alright guys, we're back. I got me a keystone. I actually got disconnected mid-trial, so I only got a 41. But that'll work for what we're going for here. We just want to get some gameplay in and show you guys how the build works. Probably won't talk a whole lot through there, so I might even mute my mic so you guys can actually just watch. But I will explain a few things as I'm going through. Okay, so here we go. Main thing with this spec is keeping your cooldowns up. Right off the bat, you want to get your Iron Skin and your Law up all the time. And as you can see, the sweep attack actually resets it for us. It's very nice. Very low density in here. Not going to waste my cooldowns. So kick back and relax, guys. I hope you enjoy this. I am going to mute my mic here, and I will talk to you after we're done. Alright, guys. So, this is where it gets complicated. Oh, shit. Yeah. This is where it gets complicated for Crusaders. We don't have very good single target damage. It is a massive problem for us. Um, you're mainly going to do good on bosses with, like, extra mobs, like, when they spawn them. Like, this guy spawns extra mobs, like here. I can get my Wrath back up. So as long as he keeps spawning those ads, I'll be fine. Oh, shit. Alright, there you go, guys. Um, that was the Crusader gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry about that death at the end there. I was paying more attention to turning my mic on than I was anything else. So pretty much what was going on that whole time was I was keeping up both my Iron Skin and my Laws of Valor because my sweep attack refreshes its cooldown all the time. If I have scattered mobs around the area, I'm going to be using Condemn to pull them in, and Steed Charge to drag 1, 2, or 3 mobs at a time to the next area. It can drag up to a total of 5 if you want it to. And that's pretty much it. The only time I really use Akarat's Champion is whenever I know I'm going to be taking a lot of damage. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background. And that's the only time you're really going to need that. As far as damage-wise goes, it doesn't increase it a whole lot, only by 35%. So, you know, it's really up to you when you want to use it, but I like to use it whenever I know I'm going to be taking a shit ton of damage. So that is it, guys. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment in the section below. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions or any questions. I will be free to help you any way I can. Thanks a lot for joining me. We'll see you next time, guys.